figure it out with his lawyer, and they will later be talking about a settlement. It would really help everyone here if you would just get to grips with yourself and start taking responsibility for your actions. You are far too old now to be acting like a 5-year-old.
A settlement?
That's right. It's because of you acting like a total nut job on the day of your wedding that the whole thing went downhill for everyone, and this divorce had to be brought up. So he's going to make sure you pay for the time he's wasted on you.
I have no idea what you mean. I didn't do anything wrong. What the actual freaking hell has been going on here? I could have you all sued for defamation.
I like that your little brain is alright with you saying that about us, after you'd already gone and slandered both my mom and myself.
I was just telling the truth to you that whole time. How the hell is me telling the truth about you both slander?
You were calling us parasites, lowlives, smelly, and disgusting. Did you forget about all of that?
Well, it's true. Your mom had her husband run away from her, and your father left you behind as well, forcing you all to grow up in poverty. I shouldn't have to worry about people like you. And considering the fact that you both, your mom and you, have not become anything to the society, I need to make sure that my Cal doesn't get corrupted by you both any longer. You both just want him for his money, and I will not allow that. I know all too well without someone like him, you both won't be able to survive.
Listen, Elena, do you really think that my father just got up one day and left us?
Huh?
You want to know why our dad isn't around anymore? That's because he's 6 feet under. He died in a car crash a long time ago, and so this family was left in the hands of my mom from then on. And when you were calling my mom poor all that time, did you say that knowing she's the CEO of her own company? And that I'm the vice president there?
What? What?
And I'm going to guess that my brother already told you about my father's death, right? He got into a really bad accident and sustained some terrible injuries that he wouldn't be able to heal from. He had always been one of the nicest people I'd known, and the best father. Had my father had someone to help him right away at the accident, he would probably still be here with us. But this was out in the middle of nowhere, and it took almost an hour for any emergency services to arrive to get him. By that point, it was already too late, and there was nothing that could be done to revive him. My father may be gone now, but it was because of him that my brother and I became the people we are today.
So, this means he didn't throw you all away and ran off?
Not a single person ever said anything like that about my father. How the hell did you come up with such a stupid story as that?
But, there's no way that you guys are actually running a company now after that.
This company happens to be the company my father left behind. But after he passed away, there was no way my mom could take on the whole company alone. So she employed my help to come in and run things as well.
Huh? Then why didn't she give the company to Cal? Normally, the company would go to the oldest son next, right? Why did your mom and you end up with the company?
Cal chose the path of becoming a doctor, and nothing was going to take him off that path. He was thinking about taking over the company at first, but my brother remembered that my father was so excited about him becoming a doctor someday. So he chose to fight on with his already chosen goal in mind. That's why I took this company with my mom. Were you able to understand that? Because if so, then you should understand the predicament you're in now. You were just calling both my mom and I lowlives, making fun of us like we had nothing and were nothing to this world. But that's just not the case at all. The only person out of everyone involved here that is actually mentally unwell is you, Elena. For thinking that just because my mom is a single mother now, and I was raised by her, the both of us were lowlives. And I'm going to tell you right now, that kind of mental illness you have right there cannot be fixed by any doctor, no matter who you try going to.
Shut up! I've actually got money myself, so stop thinking you're the only one who has anything. I already know what you're saying is all a lie. And even if you did get a company from your dad, it's probably in ruins now because your mom and you don't know the first thing about running a company. A company that had to be run by a single mother and her little bratty daughter had no chance of succeeding. You guys were probably making around $5 a day with that company before it crashed. Well, I'll have you know that unlike your little crappy and sinking company, I am the daughter of a man who runs a massively successful company. I am leagues above the both of you in terms of both power and influence. So stop trying to act all high and righteous. Lowlifes like you don't get to say anything to me. Now, I'm going to find my husband and make sure we both say goodbye to your dumbasses forever.
Even after all that time I put into explaining our family, you still don't seem to get it. I feel sorry for those who had to raise you.
I feel sorry for Cal for having to be raised with you. I have enough money to actually be able to pay off whatever settlement will be coming my way, so I'm not even worried. But you lowlifes won't even have a penny to hand over when I come after you for trying to defame me. And get this, the divorce is not going to be happening anyway, so I don't have to care about paying Cal anything.
This is getting so tiring. You don't seem to have a very good comprehension skills when it comes to things like listening and reading. So the only other thing I can try doing is showing you the reality of the situation.
Huh?
I mean, you're having a hard time reading what I'm sending you right now, right? So it's better that I just show you what's going on here. And what I'll be showing you will make you regret making fun of my mom and I for the rest of your life.
Leia? I must have had a few little misunderstandings along the way. I am so freaking sorry for everything I did and said. I promise to be a lot more careful from here on out. So please, let's get along with one another again.
What happened to you? What you're saying right now is making me feel all queasy. I'm sorry, but if you're trying to get on my good side now, it's already far too late for that, and you will be punished.
I'm not trying to get on your good side. I'm just...
Your father was dismissed from being the CEO of that company, and now it looks as though your family is falling into disarray. I can understand coming all this way looking for my forgiveness now. But after all those things you said and did to me, how come you're coming back to me now? Do you have no pride in your abilities as a former CEO's daughter? I totally forgot. You have a hard time comprehending both listening and reading, so I shouldn't waste my time talking too much here.
If you already know that we're in trouble, go and do something to help us.
I won't, though. I don't care about any of your family. And this is part of what you deserve for being such a toxic mess. This is also part of what happens when you pick a fight with the parent company of the company your father was the CEO of. We've been helping you guys this whole time by keeping that company afloat and everything. But you all showed no respect for our hard work, so this is what'll happen instead.
And
You do understand that in the past, had it not been for my mom stepping and buying shares in your dad's company, he would have lost it. Too bad you were calling your dad's savior a lowlife and a parasite. Luckily, just like myself, my mom is not too kind to those that do not appreciate what she's done for them.
We will. I'll just have my dad fire me. Then you can let my dad continue to be the CEO of that company, right? He isn't to blame for any of this.
The reason your father needs to be taken out of his role is because children take after their parents, right? And neither my mom or myself want someone running that company when they've ended up raising such a childish asshole as yourself. My mom went ahead and talked with the board members at your father's company, and they all agreed that a man like him should not be at the top anymore. It's not like you play a role in anything anyway, considering you're just a lousy paper pusher. So why get rid of you?
Please help us out here. If you don't, then my family will all have to rely on me, and I'll most likely have to leave this company as well. I don't want to have to live a life of poverty with my family.
I am not playing your games anymore, you idiot. You were just making fun of my mom and I days ago because you, for some goddamn reason, thought we were both poor. So you know what you get for making such a stupid mistake? You get to live out the reality you wanted for us, yourself. All right. You are a very biased freak who isn't even worth trying to talk with because your ideas about one another's will never change. I tried my fair share already with you, yet you never change. So this is the next step. You have to be broken down physically and mentally by watching as the parents you always bragged about crumble. You are all going to be punished for your actions, and hopefully someday it turns all of you into some decent freaking people.
I'm your sister-in-law, aren't I? Help me! Please! I promise to play nice from now on and never make fun of any single mother families ever again.
Huh? Did you just say I'm your sister-in-law? Oh, please. Once my brother is done divorcing you, all you'll be is a complete stranger to me. And the talks about divorce have already been going on for a bit now, right? So really, it's already feeling like I've never known you before. And thank God I won't have to hear from you ever again. Because after you lose your job and have to pay my brother a settlement, there'll be nothing decent left about you. I hope this will help writing all that rot out of you someday.
If this happens to me, I won't be able to pay rent in this apartment anymore. And I won't be able to buy any more brand bags. I don't want to lose my home and have to live on the streets as a low-life hobo. Please, Leia. I'll do anything you want. Please, just let my dad stay CEO of that company at the very least.
I'm sorry, but there is no spot on the top of that company for your father to sit in anymore. Especially now that we're all aware of the low-life wretch he has for a daughter.
Leia? I know a lot has been going on with me recently, but I am able to finally say that I was able to get the divorce from Alina.
Really? That's wonderful news. I was worried about if you'd really be able to pull it off after only just getting married.
Well, she was the daughter of a CEO, so it took some fighting between our lawyers before something could be settled upon. I'm just lucky that the lawyer I have does really well in these sort of divorce cases and was able to pull it off. I was also worried a bit about her trying to take half of my things in divorce, so my lawyer worked hard to make sure she'd have to pay a settlement out for defaming my family.
I see. I'm not sure if it's really right for me to say something like this, but congratulations.
Thank you. But that is a little strange to hear after a divorce such as this. To think that Alina was really that type of a person. I was blinded by the love I had for her for such a long time. But when I finally started to see again, there was really nothing good about her. I'm sorry I didn't notice the truth about her sooner, Alina.
Cal.
I wasn't looking at the whole picture up until something major happened, and that's my fault. I wasn't able to protect my sister and my mother from a bully like her. I really need to get better at being the man of the family.
It wasn't your fault, though. I didn't really notice anything wrong with her at first either. We were both fooled by her.
I really want to hurry up and become as amazing of a man that my dad was. After he passed away, I finally realized just how good of a man he was and how great of a father he was.
But you're already very awesome, Cal. You are already running your very own family clinic. And you get so many people praising you online about how well you take care of them. You need to have a little more confidence in yourself because of all that.
Ha ha ha. Thank you. Because of you, I'm back to being a lot more free again and not tied down by Alina. But look, shouldn't you become a little bit more free yourself here, Leia?
What do you mean?
You had always wanted to work a job in design, right? Dad's company doesn't have anything to do with things like design, so shouldn't you go out and start doing what you love? Mom has even told me before that she wants you to leave the company and go live your own life now.
Mom said that?
Thank you for taking care of Mom in my place ever since I went to school. But Mom is not the kind of person that needs you to be around her all the time. So it might be best that you spread your wings now. Also, wouldn't it be best that you go out and experience something new anyways? I'm sure life working for that company has gotten pretty stale, right?
Now that you mention it, that's a really good idea. And after seeing how someone like Elena turned out, I need to break free from being a part of the family's company. If I continue to stay here getting all this power being the vice president, who knows what kind of biases I'll start to develop. This is a good chance for me, I'm sure. At least, I hope it is.
Leia, you really are such an understanding person. And I'm sure that by having you deal with Elena like that for so long, you're emotionally tired, right? I'm so sorry for that.
Well, you don't have to feel sorry for that anymore. I'm able to handle my own emotions and know when to cut them out when dealing with certain people. But thank you for thinking about me. Because of that, I was able to help free all of us from her. And now I have a chance to break free myself. I'm going to find a new job. I'll go join some design company and gain experience in another part of life. And someday, when Mom is wanting to retire, I'll take that company from her and make sure to carry on her and Dad's legacy.
That's what I like to hear. I'm in full support of anything you choose to do next, Leia.
Elena, along with the rest of her family, lost all their jobs. She had to then pay Cal the settlement he had asked for after defaming my mom and I. And then she had to leave her apartment and begin her life of being homeless. With her behavior being the main cause for all her troubles, I don't see there ever being a chance of another large company hiring her. So who knows what she'll be doing next. When it comes to myself, I was able to get hired by a designer company. Not only will I be working in my dream field of designing things like brands, but I'll be learning a lot more about what it's like working as an office worker. And I hope that with all these new skills and experiences I gain, I become an even more successful woman in the future.
Gia, your wedding is coming up next week, supposedly?
That's right. I'm really so excited for it that I can't wait much longer.
Well, I'm sure that a lot of people are excited for something like that. But, to tell you the truth, what you're about to do getting married before me is pretty audacious of you. Did you not put any thought into things before you chose to get married?
What? Put any thought into what?
Thought into waiting for me to get married first, so that you could then step up and have your wedding.
Well, but I was proposed to, right? I was handed an engagement ring and then asked by my fiancé to get married to him. I wasn't just going to say no to him because you wanted to get married first. You really thought that I'd think about you being married before I could when I said yes to him?
I really did think that. And honestly, telling him that you were waiting for your sister-in-law to get married first before you had your marriage would have been far more romantic.
How would something like that be romantic? Nothing about that would be romantic.
Another thing I've been really thinking about is how you're already getting married. You don't look nearly as good as I do, nor are you very ladylike, so why do you get to have your wedding before me? I don't even see how you found someone willing to marry you in the first place. Well, it must be because your fiancé doesn't have good taste then.
Did you just call me ugly there? And not very ladylike?
I suppose the reason I haven't been proposed to yet must be due to my status.
Your status?
That's right. Compared to all you other women, I'm on a completely different level. My position is so high up that most of the men around me don't think they'll be able to get my hand in marriage. And that's why they go for you less attractive women. Really, you could say that I'm too far out of all these men's reach.
Out of all these men's reach? You know what? I think you're absolutely right. Just like you were saying, you are of a much higher status compared to the rest of us.
Right? It really is tough being this perfect. You happen to be a very cheeky woman. You are nowhere close to the kind of woman I am. Yet, you went and found yourself a man to marry before me.
Well, I guess I really just never put any thought into the fact that I'd be getting married before you. It's not that I didn't care about you or anything, just I didn't think that it was a big deal.
Huh? So you never once thought about anything I've been talking about? You have not been thinking about me at all? Like, you don't care about me?
What? No, wait, that's not what I meant by that.
So even you're treating me like an outcast now? So now that I brought up my more superior position, you're going to try and lie your way out of this by saying you've never really cared about me? How about you stop acting like a child and face the truth, alright?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for any of that to be personal, but rather I just meant that I didn't think about you at the time I was being proposed to. Normally, I very much do think about you and how you feel. But the fact that the man I love said he wanted to get married totally made me focus on only him and our marriage with one another.
Would you give it up trying to make those lousy excuses? You're trying to make me an outcast right now, aren't you? You don't like me at all because I'm better than you. I can't believe the audacity of you ugly women.
That's not what I said to you.
No more excuses. I have not liked you one bit for a long, long time now. Well, so be it. I hope you continue to look forward to that wedding of yours. I'll make sure to celebrate it with every bit of strength that I have.
You're scaring me a little, April. April, what is that you just handed to me?
What? You should know what that is just by looking at it. It's a bouquet of flowers just for you. I know that you are very, very excited about your big day today. And although the wedding hasn't started just yet, I thought I'd give you my gift to you now. I really hope you love those flowers.
Thank you very much, April. I'm so happy to have gotten these from you. But, these flowers, they smell a little off. Something about them smells sour, and I'm not sure what that could be. Like, they're starting to rot, but they don't show any signs of being that old.
Well, you're right about that smell. Those flowers happen to be a bit poisonous to some animals, so that smell is just a part of that species. They are also pretty though, right? They all look to me like the perfect present for you on such a big day as this.
So they're poisonous flowers. Well, you can definitely tell that they are not normally given as a gift. There are a lot of black dots in the center of some of the flowers as well. Did they get splashed with some black ink or something?
Gia, are you complaining about the flowers that I just gave to you? You have to understand that something complaining about the gift I just gave to you is very rude and hurtful. Would you please be a bit more appreciative of the gift I handmade for you at the flower shop?
The flower shop made this? Well, you are totally right. There is no reason I should be complaining about these lovely flowers you've given to me today. Thank you so much for the gift.
All right. That's what I've been wanting to hear. The fact that you're going to be getting married before me is totally obnoxious. I just hope you enjoy your wedding today and make my brother happy. And congrats. Now, please go put those beautiful flowers out somewhere for everyone to see.
Thank you. You are definitely up to something right now.
Take great care of them, you hear?
Hey, Landon, do you have any spray on you?
Spray? Ah, like some deodorant or something. I have some on me.
No, not that. Like some spray paint or something?
Spray paint? You do realize that we're nowhere near my house right now, and we're supposed to be having a wedding here in a bit. You're out of luck if you were hoping I'd have something like that on me.
Gosh darn it, you're no use then.
Are you really trying to make it sound like you thought a man like me would carry around spray paint to a wedding? Men don't even normally do something like that. What do you even need a can of spray paint for anyways?
I'm sorry. It's a little bit hard for me to explain right now. Well, to put it simply, I think that your older sister is trying to cause me some trouble right now,